Women's is the most sensible forms men's creation of a welfare environment where women can live fearlessly, live independently, have equal opportunities. What are the laws protecting the women in the Philippines? Number 1, the Anti-Sexual Harassment Act of 1995, which is the RE number 7877. Second, the Anti-Trafficking in Person Act of 2003, RE number 9208. Third, the Anti-Rape Law of 1997, RE number 8353. Fourth, the Rape Victim Assistance and Protection Act of 1998, RA number 8505. The Women in Development and Nation Building Act of 1998, RE number 7192. The Anti-Children Pornography Act of 2009, RE number 9775. The Special Protection of Children Against Child Abuse, Exploitation and Discrimination Act, RA number 7016. The Family Courts Act of 1997, RA number 8369. The Revised Penal Code, RA number 3815. The Responsible Parenthood and Reproductive Health Act of 2012, RE number 10354. The Domestic Welfare Act of Batas or Kasambahay, RE number 10361. The Solo Parents Welfare Act of 2000, RE number 8972. Those are the laws of women's protecting in the Philippines. So what is social protection? Social protection is defined as the set of policies and programs designed to reduce poverty and vulnerability by promoting efficient labor markets, diminishing people's exposure to risk, and enhancing their capacity to protect themselves against hazard and interruption and loss of income. Social protection, it consists of policies and programs to manage economic and social risks such as unemployment, exclusion, sickness, disability, and old age. Social protection plays as a key role in realizing the rights of persons with disability of all ages, providing them with an adequate standard of living, a basic level of income, security, thus reducing levels of poverty and vulnerability. The Philippines has many constitutional and legislative protection for women, particularly in the area of violence against women. Some of these included: first, the 1987 Philippine Constitution of Article 2, Section 14 maintains the state recognizes the role of women in nation building and shall ensure the fundamental equality before the law of women and men. Second, the revised Penal Code of the Philippines Republic Act number 3815, Article number 245 of the Acts of holds that where any police officer or warden immorally or indecently advances to a woman under his watch, that officer or warden will be charged and could face suspension or disqualification of his post. The Republic Act number 7877, also known as the Anti-Sexual Harassment Act of 1995. This act applies to all persons but at the same time, officers particularly progressive provision for the protection of women and children who are particularly vulnerable in this area. This act declares the unlawfulness of the sexual harassment in employment, education, and training environment. Fourth, the Republic Act number 1917, also known as the Magna Carta of Women of 2009. Section 2 of the Act holds that the state realized the equality of men and women entails the abolition of the unequal structures and practices that perpetuate discrimination and inequality. It goes on to state that the realization of this can be achieved through appropriate plans, policies, mechanisms, and so forth. So achieve equality and freedom from sex-based discrimination. Fifth, the Republic Act 10354, also known as the Responsible Parenthood and Reproductive Health Act of 2012, Section 2 holds the emphasizes that importance of the equal protection of both the lives of women and the lives of unborn women.
What are the benefits of a social welfare? Social welfare systems provide assistance to individuals and families through programs such as healthcare, food stamps, unemployment compensation, housing assistance, and childcare assistance. What are the social welfare programs in the Philippines? Program and services. Number 1, the Pantawid Pilipino Program or PORPIS. Conditional Cash Transfer is a human development program that invests in the health and education of poor families, primarily those with children aged 0 to 18. Number 2, Kalahi, CIDSS, NCDDP, the Kapit Bisig Laban sa Kahirapan Comprehensive and Integrated Delivery of a Social Services National Community-Driven Development Program, Kalahi, is the community-driven development program of the Philippine government implemented through the Department of Social Welfare and Development, supplemented by the Government of the Philippines. Number 3, Sustainable Livelihood Program is a community-based capacity-building effort that seeks to improve the program participants' and socio-economic status through 2 cases micro-enterprises development and employment facilitation. 4. Listahan, an information management system that identifies who and where the poor and the country. It is being operated by the National Household Targeting System or Poverty Reduction or NIHISPR. 5. Supplemental Feeding Program. Provision of food in addition to the regular meals to the target children as part of the DSWD's ECD program of the government. 6. Disaster Response Operations. Life-Sharing Emergency Relief and Long-Term Response. RRPTP, Recovery and Reintegration Program for Trafficked Person, is a comprehensive package of programs and services in changing the psychological economic needs of the beneficiaries. 7. Protective Service Program. Assistance to the individual in crisis situation or AICs and assistance to communities in needs. ACN provides a range of interventions to individuals, families, and communities in crisis of difficult situation and vulnerable or disaster-affected communities. Number 9, ISWSFN or International Social Welfare Services for Filipinos national in a program for migrant Filipinos and other overseas Filipino nationals who are in crisis situation and in need of special protection are encouraged to seek assistance in the Philippine embassies in their countries of destination. Number 10, residential and non-residential facilities. It is a service rendered in facilities 24-hour that provide alternative family care arrangement to poor, vulnerable, and disadvantaged individuals or families in crisis. 10. Adoption and foster care. The act of adoption or permanently placing a minor with a parent or parents other than the birth parents in the Philippines. And the last one, gender and development. Gender is about relations between men and women and women, also between men, and boys and girls. The GED is a perspective recognizes that gender concerns act across all areas of development, and therefore gender must influence government when it plans budget for implements, monitors, and evaluates policies, programs, and projects for development.
Women's Welfare Program. The Women's Welfare Program is one of the regular programs to the Ministry of Social Services which aims to promote the welfare of disadvantaged women, gives special attention to the prevention, eradications of exploitation of women in any forms, as well as promotion skills for employment and self-actualization. So there are 5 program staff. First is Social Welfare Officers FORT or SWO FORT or Women's Welfare Program Specialist. Second is Social Welfare Officers or SWO First. The third is Social Welfare Assistants or SWA. The fourth is Administrative Assistant First. And the last one is Clerk First. The rules and function of Social Welfare Officer FORT or Women's Welfare Program Specialist. Supervises and manages the overall implementation of the program or unit. Establishes network and linkage with other program units, partner agencies, and other concerned stakeholders. Reviews and analyzes reports and data inputs. Monitor project, implementation, and address program-related concerned, and performs other tasks as may be assigned by the agency ahead. The Social Welfare Officers First. Rules and functions. Conduct social case assessment to walk-in clients or intake, collateral interview, home visit, referral. Disseminates and implements program-related services. Prepares project and activity proposals. Safe keeps all report and manage cases. Prepares monthly statistical and narrative reports, and performs other tasks as may be assigned by the supervisor. The next one is Social Welfare Assistance or SWA. Rules and functions. Conduct social case assessment and coordinations with the SWO first, thus encoding tasks of programs, documentations, and the like. Assessed in the administrations and implementations of program-related services. Prepares and submits feedbacks, reports, and managed cases. Assess in the preparations of monthly statistical and narrative reports, and performs other tasks as may be assigned by the supervisor. The next is Administrative Assistant First. Rules and functions. Collects and retrieves reports from the MSS Provincial's office. Facilitate the preparations of all necessary documents as required in the conduct of trainings, meetings, and other activities like parade or motorcade. Prepares the required documents in requesting office supplies and equipment.
prepares liquidations reports and the other important reports as necessary, and performs other tasks as assigned by the supervisor. The last one is clerk first, roles and functions. Does all clerical works, receive and keeps custody of office supply requisitioned by the program, manage and files reports, communications, memorandum and other relates documents, ensure that daily attendance sheet of program staff and their person data are intact, and performs other tasks as may be assigned by the supervisor. Program design. Beneficiaries. The target beneficiaries are the socially disadvantaged women within the age of 18 to 59 years old needing social welfare services. These include women who have no access or limited opportunity for education, personal, maternal and child care, livelihood, self-enhancement, and community participations, thus deterring them for participation in development. This woman may be drawn from but not limited to any of the following groups: mother of children in daycare centers, woman in especially difficult circumstances or WEDC, such as victims from involuntary or forced prostitution or VIFP, victims of illegal recruitment or VIR, women in detention or WD, women who are battered or abused or WBA, victims of social abuse or VSA, victims of armed conflict or VAC, depressed overseas Filipino, women in emergencies or evacuation centers, and the others are strandees, those tracing relatives. The following indicators are considered in selecting, identifying, and prioritizing the beneficiaries. Such as women must be 18 to 59 years old, disadvantaged women, victims of gender-based violence. The surveys and strategies. Strategies and services, capacity building, women's resources, initiatives and training or WRIT. Advancement of gender equality and empowerment of women and girls to exercise the rights against discrimination and violence. The activity of this or conduct women's community-based and enrich a modular package seasons or self-enhancement, gender sensitivity, self-care, maternal and child care, nutrition, early childhood illnesses, environmental sanitation, leadership, community participation, basic business management trainings, numeracy and social communication skills development. Comprehensive intervention against gender-based violence. Celebrations of important events. On March 8 as International Women's Day, March as Women's Month, November 25 to December 12 for the 18th Day Anti-Vow Campaign, conducts of Women Leaders Conventions or RPM, participations to forums such as women must be 18 to 59 years old, disadvantaged women, victims of gender-based violence. The surveys and strategies. Strategies and services, capacity building, women's resources, initiatives and training or WRIT. Advancement of gender equality and empowerment of women and girls to exercise the rights against discrimination and violence. The activity of this or conduct women's community-based and enrich a modular package seasons or self-enhancement, gender sensitivity, self-care, maternal and child care, nutrition, early childhood illnesses, environmental sanitation, leadership, community participation, basic business management trainings, numeracy and social communication skills development. Comprehensive intervention against gender-based violence. Celebrations of important events. On March 8 as International Women's Day, March as Women's Month, November 25 to December 12 for the 18th Day Anti-Vow Campaign, conducts of Women Leaders Conventions or RPM, participations to fora or conference and trainings. Strategies and services, livelihood assistance, women's opportunities to micro-enterprise benefits or WOMB. Increase options for economic security through technical assistance, access to credit, and marketability. The activities of these are practical skills development for women and girls, sustainable livelihood assistance, referrals for microenterprise development, coordination meetings with other financing institutions, technical assistance, monitoring, and evaluations. The next is protecting and security, strengthening a human's right protections. The activity is counseling seasons. The last one of strategies and services is women's access to comprehensive health or WATCH systems and participatory mechanism. The activities of this is a financial assistance to needy clients, coordinations meetings of LCATV, AWC in all levels, referral of cases to concerned institutions for important interventions or other support services, gender responsive case management comprehensive, temporary shelter in the woman's halfway home, harmonization and integration. The Women's Welfare Program works closely with the other regular programs with the MSS like the FCWP, CYWP, DPWP, and EAP, as well as with the banner programs like PORPIS, SLP, SFP, RRPTP, and RRJWC in terms of identifying beneficiaries, designing and planning of programs and projects, delivery and project implementation, monitoring and evaluation. The Women's Welfare Program Specialist specifically is oftentimes invited to training and workshop of both regular and banner programs to discuss gender and development. Participated in the conduct of psychosocial activities and serve as source person on GAD training to various institutions like PNP, Philippine Army, schools, and the other ARMM and non-ARMM agencies. The staff also participated in the relief operation during disasters and emergencies and had supported the dissemination and delivery of other MSS programs and services. The program also actively participated in the regional and national conference or workshop conducted by partner agencies like DSW Central Office, RCBW, UNFPA, UNICEF, and other local, national government, and international non-governmental